Hey, Pops. Um, I realize I forgot to put that thing I promised you the other day up and accidentally deleted it. But that's okay. I figured I would just make another. Unfortunately, I hydrated the other day, so the view is not quite as good as it was um, the other day, but you can see quite a bit of brood right there. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but if you just take a long look at it, it goes pretty far back there. And then this is, again, the names I'm just mixing up. Oh, funny. They are, I just gave them a bunch of crickets. They only had smalls. Place I normally go wasn't open, so I had to go somewhere else. But you can see them trying to bring one through the tube, and I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I'm now kind of open to the possibility of giving these guys like a half dozen live crickets and seeing how they do with them, if they're small ones like these. But these are all mostly crushed in a bloodbath, as you can see. They're just kind of getting the last ones down, and they kind of have the numbers to manhandle these things, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, I blasted the heat for a little bit, and they started bringing them up here, so I assume that means it was too hot. But now they're back down here. And then, I'm trying to see if I can even see with like the naked eye back there. There are a couple pieces of brood, but mostly it's this big pile right here. So anyway, we'll move on, check out someone else. Right, I believe this is Amidala, and she's still kind of lagging behind, but doing alright. It looks like she just had a lot of babies. And so her brood cycle is kind of on the feeding part, so she'll really benefit from their food. And we'll see, it looks like they just got one up. Not sure if that one on the edge is down, but it's kind of funny. Oh, traffic jam, they tried to do the same thing. Well, they'll figure out that's not going to work eventually. But they've done a great job of using this bowl as their trash pile. So it's been real easy to clean, and her outworld's staying nice and shiny. And then, I think I've shown you this, but I'm just still so tickled by this formicarium. That hole there going down leads to the lower chamber, and then you can kind of see, yeah, that hole up there leads to the upper chamber. And there's kind of this well down here for all that, and they've been really stocking up on seeds. Every time I give them to them, they get real stoked. I'm not sure if they're eating them or if they're just using them as a medium, but either way, it's kind of cool. We can check out the other side one sec. A little bit clear over here. You can see Amidala hanging out. She was obviously trying to get away from the light, so now she'll go back to the dark side. But some of the brood that they were panic moving, I've seen them keep it up here. You can see a couple pieces. I am guessing they just moved those when I had the light in that chamber. And then here is, excuse me, their lower chamber. And you can kind of see right where that light is. Right there is where that tunnel goes. And you see it go up and down there. And, yeah. Anyway, oh, looks like they got a cricket through. I didn't even notice that until it was already past, but I'm sure I got a little bit of it. So that'll be cool, bringing it right to the chamber. But yeah, just a couple relatively fresh ones kicking it up there. I love when they sit upside down like that. That one on the left is pretty big, so that's cool. Anyway, see, we're still making progress out here. So anyway, I'll let her be, and we'll go check out the others. Right, and then the classic. Boy, it's hard to tell with that humidity or condensation right in the middle of the shot, but there are a lot of ants in here. It looks like she just boomed, like a lot of the pupa emerged at once. You can see just by the colors how many light ones there are. Excuse me. But not great visibility. Still a ton, and then there she is. So this isn't Cersei. That last one we looked at was Guinevere, and it's not Amidala. That's not right. The last one. So the first one we looked at was Kerrigan. And then we looked at Guinevere, I believe. So yeah, this would no, that was Amidala, and then this is Guinevere, and she was the furthest behind and is making a pretty strong comeback. You can see that she's got quite a bit of brood. I'm trying to find any way we can see in here. You see a pretty healthy egg pile back there. That they're all moving so fast. And it looks like the egg pile's been moved, but there's a pretty large pupa back there, and they're just kind of rotating, and you got a couple eating right here, so hopefully that doesn't get disturbed. We'll get out of here so they can work, and then, of course, just carnage up top. Hopefully they're going to eat that one and haven't moved it to the trash pile. But, yeah, I think a day or two they should have eaten these. I love watching them walk around with the legs. I don't know exactly what the beef is with the legs. I don't think they eat them. Maybe just too much exoskeleton or something. Yeah, anyway, let's take a look at Cersei. We won't be able to see much. So as promised, horrible visibility. I really got to get her out of this place. I'm pretty disappointed it didn't work out at all, but that's okay. Maybe give it another shot at some point, but it's just too difficult to control the varying levels of humidity. You can see I didn't even put that much water in a couple days ago, and it's kind of leaking out to everywhere, and the mold. But I suspect it's a lot cleaner inside, and these tunnels go back pretty far, so I don't think the whole thing looks like what we're seeing here, but you know, if it looked more like this, I could probably tolerate it better. This is where all the brood is. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see anything. You can see them moving it because they're not happy about the light, so maybe rotate it. Yeah. And then the worst. I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd say they just keep building it up over this. But whatever. as I'm looking back there off camera. Really can't see much. They've done a pretty solid job here. So anyway, we'll take a look up here and see what we're dealing with. Basically the same, just gave them some crickets. It looks like, wow, they are bringing all of them down. So they had like 8, and they're all down there. So that's going to start stinking soon enough. Well, yeah, anyway, that's about all there is to do. I think if I'm keeping up better, I will go about building her a new place first. I'm thinking, you know, these cubes work out so well, but obviously, you know, they're kind of limited in size, and her colony's way too big for just the 2 cube thing. So maybe I'll do a 3er with her and see how that goes. Maybe see if I can't find some U locking softball cubes. Well, we'll see, actually. I'm feeling a little motivated, so maybe I'll go back out today and stop by the Hobby Lobby. Time will tell. Anyway, love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Pops.